Alright, welcome back to part 3 of the Jaina patch. This time we're looking at Jaina, that's right, the Archmage of the Kirin Tor from Warcraft, the ranged assassin. She's into the game, she's awesome. Fortunately, the queue is down right now, so we can't get into an actual game, but we're going to check her out, go over her abilities, go over her talents, and you'll find no Grim Rage on that. Yeah, there you go, I assure you. Okay, so we're also going to get into the try mode a little bit, show off. She's got some sweet skins. Alright, so she's a frost mage. Everything about her in this game is freezing. Her frostbite is her trait. Let's get got so many different spreadsheets open. Alright, so you've got the trait. Your abilities will chill targets. This slows them by 25% and it causes increased damage. They'll take an extra 50% ability damage from you. The chill lasts for 4 seconds. So you could keep people permanently chilled. They're going to take an extra 50% damage from you and a 25% slow. Pretty impressive, to say the least. Then you've got Frostbolt. That's your Q. Remember, all of these abilities will chill people. It's mana of 30, cooldown of 4 seconds. You shoot a bolt. It is a skill shot. I heard you the first time. Now, turn her down a little bit. Always got something to say. So, let's see here. Now, the Q is a skill shot, and you see what you do. You can't actually just target someone with this. You actually shoot it in a straight line, and you'll damage them. If you hit them, it also chills. It's 66 damage at level 1, scaling up to 370 at level 20. That's a good chunk of change. Not like a life ending, not a Nova triple tap, but a good bit, or I should say anti-armor shells at this point. W is the Blizzard. Cooldown of 15 seconds, a much longer cooldown here. Over 3 times, almost 4 times the length. And a mana of 75. This creates a storm of ice at target locations. It's a circular ability. 2 waves fall from the sky, damaging and chilling targets inside of the radius, just like the polymorph of Brightwing, very similar in size. To that, it does 55 damage at level 1, so slightly less than the Frostbolt, and it scales up to 340. But that is, I believe, per wave, so we'll show it out in the try mode. If you hit with both, you're going to double that damage. And then, of course, her E, the Cone of Cold. It's a narrow skill shot, a cone, a triangular angle on this. Very narrow, not as wide as the multi-shot of Vala. And it's got a mana cost of 50, a cooldown of 10, so it's in between the other 2 abilities. It deals damage, it's about the same damage as the Blizzard, 53, slightly less. 53 level 1, 300 level 20, so slightly less damage. It is a cone spray, and it chills the target. So a lot of kind of redundancy here. They all chill, they all deal damage, and you've got the skill shot on the Q, which is a single target it hits if you can land it, like the Zeratul Singularity Spike, very similar, or the Nova Snipe. And then you've got the Blizzard, which is the circular radius that falls like the Arcane Flare from Brightwing, and then Cone of Cold is the narrow cone shot, a little bit smaller than the multi-shot of Vala. Okay, she's got 2 heroics. The first one here is a summon water elemental, mana of 75, and a cooldown of 80 seconds. Slightly lower on both of those compared to her other heroic, the Ring of Frost, which has the mana of 70. Actually, the mana cost on this is lower, but the cooldown's longer. So your elemental takes more mana to summon, but you can cast more of them per game at only an 80-second cooldown, while the Ring of Frost is 100 seconds. The water elemental will deal 56 damage level 1, going up to 170 damage per auto attack, which is... Let me check. I'm pretty sure that's more than Jaina herself does. No, it's at level 20. It's slightly less damage on the per attack from the water elemental, and it chills and then it splashes as well. It's a 25% splash damage plus chill onto close nearby targets. Ring of Frost is the larger heroic. It creates a freezing ring that roots and damages enemies in that area. 224 damage base, going up to 680 at level 20. A 3-second root. It is 3 seconds long, the root. That is a long root, 3 seconds. And after that 3 seconds, there's a 3-second duration where it continues to stay on the ground, so it's a total of 6 seconds. Anyone touching it during that time is chilled. So she's got lots of chills going up and down my spines here. Her health is, let's actually pull up a second spreadsheet. We're going to look at this right now. Their health is 710. So if we look at, we're going to go largest to smallest here, look for a Jaina, 710 on the low end, right? she's equal with the Falstad, below a Tychus. She is an assassin. She's got 10 more than Nova and Vala, of course, and a lot more than Tyrande, and then, of course, Abathur and Murky going down. So she's on the bottom end as far as health goes. She gets 120 per level, which is the same as Falstad. So she's going to have the same health as Falstad. And late game, level 20, she's got just under 3,000 hit points, 2,990. And once again, right in that same area, if we sort these largest to smallest, she is... Oops, that is the wrong way. Sorry, you guys can't see this. But she's still down there right at the bottom, above a Tyrande by 140 hit points at level 20, far above a Nova and a Vala by 200 hit points on both of those. And then she's equal with a Falstad. So her hit points and her regen actually mirror Falstad. And the mana, of course, is equal to the others. So when you're playing her, as far as her health goes, it's just like Falstad in that squishiness. You have to be careful with her. You can't just overextend too easily. You got to be very careful. Looking at the damage, we've got 42 base damage, 8 per level, 194 at level 20. So how does that scale up, you ask? Well, let me tell you. No, sorry, I'm manipulating data here. So you've got the equal damage at level 1 as a Muradin, interesting enough. Slightly more than a Kerrigan at 2 more, but she doesn't scale as well as a Kerrigan. Kerrigan, of course, is going to outdamage her late game because Kerrigan's getting 11 per level, whereas Jaina gets 8. So that 42 damage is in the top tier, behind a Hammer, behind an Anubarak, behind a Zeratul, an Arthas, ETC, Stitches, Diablo, Chen. All of those guys start out with high damage early on. And so Jaina, she comes in at 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, about 10th in hero damage to start. And it doesn't scale as well because it's only 8 per level. So if we sort by the level 20, and she's going to be even further down the list, behind, again, equal with a Muradin. So she's got damage equal, her basic auto attack damage is equal to a Muradin. Interesting. Very interesting to see that. So her health is like a Falstad, her damage is like a Muradin. Very, very interesting. That is just basic attack damage. That doesn't account for her abilities. Her abilities do a ton, and she gets the extra ability damage with the chills. So you have to keep all of that stuff in mind. All right, and those numbers alone don't tell you everything you need to know. Let's go ahead, check out the skins. This is the basic. Oh man, I like the blue one. That's pretty cool. Then you've got the master skin, very nice. I'm a fan, definitely. Different tints. Oh, that red one is awesome. I'm definitely going to be playing Jaina a lot, picking her up. And this is the Winter Veil Jaina, the Christmas special. Pretty awesome. We're going to try this one out in the try mode here. Just taking a look at all the different tints. Let's go ahead with I don't know, we want to do the blue one or this one? That's a tough choice. I'll go with the blue. Alright, and she's of course 10 bucks, 15,000 gold. The skin is also 10 bucks as well. So we're going to jump in game. Now, I do not have a build set up for her.
Sure.
There's a lot of stuff going around on the Reddit, on the Skype, and all that. People talking about how to build her. We're going to give it some time, and then I'll actually come back and do a full guide on her. This is kind of just the intro vid into how she works, how she runs. She's got the Conjurer's Pursuit for that extra mana regen because she's an ability power hero. You can increase the slow. It was 25% from her trait. Now it would be 35. That sounds pretty awesome. You can also increase the duration instead of the amount from 4 to 6. So it lasts even longer, and then you can perma-chill somebody. Increase the range of Frostbolt by 30%. So that's interesting enough. If you take a look here, this is the Q. So if I'm going out here, I can cast a Q like this, and then you'll see that's what the Q looks like. So if I take the increased range, it's there, right? I can hit the tower from here, and then if I reset the level, oops. All right.
I've got a good feeling about this.
How do we do this? Let's stand on the rows, right? So there's the Q. Right, we're out just to the edge of this little thingamajigger here, the little plate in the ground. Increase the range, you get that extra bit of range. So I'm not too sold on that one. Leveling up. I know, let's reset that. So I'm almost thinking this extra 10% is good. This is probably going to be the go-to one right here. Level her up. Let's check out the other talents. You got the Envenom, the standard Envenom. The Pierce is just like Muradin. So she's got a lot of similarities to Muradin here. Interesting. Not just the damage, but also the Pierce here. Now the Frostbolt won't just hit the first target and stop. It'll hit an additional, so you can hit 2 people. Now you're not getting any extra damage onto your Q when you hit heroes, but you could now hit 2 potentially and chill them both. Interesting to see how that works. You have an increased radius on the Blizzard, which is the W. So here's the W. That's the radius. We'll actually show these abilities off in a second. But if we take the increased radius, you can see I'll walk out here.
Sounds interesting.
It just covers that grate in the ground. And then, of course, if we pick it, there we go. You had to reset it. Now it actually covers it completely. So there you can see the extra range. I'm not sure if I'm sold on that one either. And then you've got Arcane Intellect. So you're dealing damage. This is a cool, unique talent. Dealing damage to a chilled target returns mana to Jaina. Basic attacks return 5. Abilities return 25. That's a lot of mana. That's a lot. That is a lot. You have it 30 mana on your Frostbolt. Okay, 75. And you can hit multiple heroes with your Blizzard. You can hit multiple ones with your Cone, or multiple. So you don't even have to hit heroes, just targets, chilled targets. If you just chill people, and you're going to all abilities chill, so you have to chill them first. But then after that, if you're still hitting people that have been chilled, you're gonna get a lot of mana back. You're gonna get 25 for abilities. So I'm tempted to try this one out for that mana sustain. Going up, let's level up to 7. Lots of fun here. Oh, I should probably pick the. Did I pick the level 4? I picked the increased radius. We'll go with it for now. No, actually, I do want to. Let's show this off. Okay, so increase the slow. Level it up to 4.
Choose a talent.
Take the Arcane Intellect. We're gonna build her out a little bit. And now you've got a few different ones. The Ice Flows doubles the width of the Cone of Cold and causes each target hit to reduce its cooldown by 0.5 seconds. Sound a lot like Battle Momentum. Right here is her E. You can see it's about, actually I lied, it's the same. It looks like the same as Multi-Shot now. I don't know, it felt a lot narrower before. It's about the same as Multi-Shot. So you can increase, double the width. You can do Frostbite, which stacks on with your trait and increases the damage bonus from 50 to 65. You've also got Frost Armor, so enemy heroes that attack you are chilled. Every 8 seconds, you also get a block. That instead of 50% reduces the basic attack by 75, and it's every 8 seconds. Frost Armor sounds pretty sick. Then you've got Ice Lance. The cooldown of Frostbolt is reduced by 2 seconds if it impacts a chilled target. So it's already a 4-second cooldown. With this, you're going to have a lot of Frostbolts. Alright, not sure how we want to do this, but let's go up to level 10. Now you get 2 choices. We'll show off both. You've got Ring of Frost. This does the damage in an area, and then you've got the summon. So let's toggle the minions on. Let's do the Ring of Frost. And let's show off some early level Jaina, level 10 here, mid-game. Okay, so we're going to go in, drop the Blizzard, shoot the Cone. We're going to land the Q onto Arthas, and then if we drop this, it's going to root 3 seconds. And there's just nothing we can do. So, you can see, and I'm still full mana. I guess I got an Innervate in there. This does damage structures as well. Pretty awesome. Remember, it drops 2 waves. Long cooldown, 100 seconds on the Ring of Frost, though, so.
Let's get going.
There's the skill shot, and then we drop the Blizzard. And she gonna have really good lane clear if you want to build her that way. She's also gonna have a ton of damage. You can see I could even hit that far away with the skill shot. So let's go ahead and reset.
Choose a talent.
Level them right up to 10. And we'll show off the elemental. So what else? We'll do with the increased range, maybe. We'll do the increased radius. We'll do the increased range on everything, and we'll take the summon, the water elemental. So now everything's going to be longer range or increased radius on all of my abilities. You can see, look at that E is like insane. That's a lot more area to hit with that. And I can hit more with that, and then I've got the extra range there. So now we're going to push the wave back a little bit.
I'll take.
And we're going to use the water elemental here. Let's go ahead and push. We're actually going to fight under the towers. And then here we go. It is a snowman! Look at it! Alright. Pretty awesome. That is what you get when you buy the Winter Veil skin. pretty cool, I must say. Now, as you can see, she's burning through mana pretty quickly here. But I was able to land a number of stuns. And you can actually check the replay to see how long the elemental lasted. I'll have to check it on the VOD here, rather. Did not count the seconds, but if we reset, wrong button. Alright, so we reset the level. We showed off that a little bit. Let's talk about the other talents. You've got the increase the cast range of Blizzard by 100% right now. That's my cast range, so I'd be able to cast about that far away. That's pretty far. Sprint is your standard sprint. 75% move speed for 3 seconds. Improved ice block is just like your generic ice block, but better. You get the 3-second vulnerability, and then when it expires, nearby enemies are chilled, so your trait kicks in right off the end of the ice block. Then you have Icy Veins. This one looks pretty good. Activate to make your basic abilities cooldowns recharge 3 times as fast, and reduce their mana cost by 50% for 5 seconds. That's going to be spamming a lot of Qs. And then we go down here to the level 16. Now Snow Wave, it increases the waves. Remember the Blizzard, the W drops 2. With this, it will drop 3. Northern Exposure, increase the enemy damage taken. Enemies damaged by Cone of Cold, your E, are also afflicted with Vulnerable, increasing the damage they take by 25%. So they're going to take an extra 25% damage for 2 seconds when you hit them with that. Then you've got Numbing Blast. Cone of Cold also roots chilled targets, so you can either increase the damage they take or you can root them for a 1-second root. That might be a little bit useful there. I could definitely see that being good. And then Ice Barrier stacks onto your trait. 25% of the damage you deal to targets with chill is returned as shields to Jaina. This shield lasts 3 seconds. That sounds like you could have perma shields actually. And then let's go over to level 20 and then we'll try that one out. You've got Swift Storm, which is a generic talent, increases mount speed and prevents dismount from when you take damage. You get an extra 20% on your mount speed, which is good, and you're no longer dismounted. Then you've got the Bolt of the Storm Teleport, that is also a generic talent, and the 2 heroic upgrades. On the Ring of Frost, you can get Cold Snap. The center of the ring also explodes with frost after the first ring expires. Then you've got Wintermute. This is on to the Summoned Water Elemental. So now it will mimic your Frostbolt and Blizzard and Cone of Cold abilities for 50% of the damage, and the cast range of the Water Elemental is increased by 50%. I'm thinking Bolt of the Storm, unless you take maybe Cold Snap. I'm not sure. We'll have to look at this. Alright, so level 1. Let's build her up a little bit. We'll take the increase slow.
Choose a talent.
Level 4. I don't know. This is a lot of I think that extra mana is going to help out. The Envenom is also tempting. Increase damage, doubles the width of the cold, reduces the cooldown. Tempted between these two. I'll go with the block for right now because you also get that they're actually chilled when they attack you, and that's, I feel like, stacks nicely with the trait here. Alright, leveling up. If you let them attack first, you're going to save a lot of mana. We'll go with Ring of Frost. Going back up to 13, taking Icy Veins. Show that off. So that's a triggered ability on the 1. Level 16, we'll try the shields out on that and see how that works. And level 20, we're going to take the heroic upgrade to show it off. Alright. Oh, let's mount up, right? Why walk? And you can check out Jaina actually, she rides like a lady. Alright. Oh boy, the reset everything there so we can get some actual action going. Alright, action jackson. Oh my gosh, she just cleared that wave out pretty quickly. Now this will actually increase. Oh. You can see that for 5 seconds you get the increased cooldown. I didn't take the reduced cooldown on Frostbolt, which it would have been... Oh. Well, I was going to get Arthas. Uh-oh. Interesting enough... Well, it killed him, but it didn't root him. You can see how slowed everybody is. Got extra increased slow. And then could have cooldowns. So let's try this again. I think they have to be on the edge to actually get the root. He's just chill right now. Looks like he got stuck there. Alright. So clear it again. Let's let him come out, and we'll try it one more time. Oh, and then he walks out of it. Okay. Well, guess what? We can just keep casting it all day, or this walk out of that one. Now he's rooted. You can see the 3-second root. That is going to be very powerful, that 3-second root. And then I didn't even use my triggered ability there, so... It's gonna take some getting used to. You can see the center explodes with Frost after the first ring expires. So, a lot of fun. And of course, we couldn't stop without... There's her taunt. Alright, and... Oh, did I not do it right? I guess she doesn't have a dance yet. Okay.
What's the plan?
And you can also make them talk if you click on them.
I'm trying to think here. All I ever wanted to do was study. Of course, then a giant demon smashed my home apart, so that kind of put me on that. I wonder if my teleport spells will work here. Now, where'd that spell go? Ah, here it is. Azeroth, Metreon, Zinthos.
So she's got a lot of cool things to say. You could definitely spam that in game if you want to hear more. So that's basically how she works. I think she's going to be super powerful, and as soon as the queues are up, we're going to definitely try her out. But that's going to do it for this. A little intro into Jaina. Thanks for watching, guys. And got more content coming. Hero-specific guides, in-depth replay analysis, and of course, eventually a Jaina tutorial as well. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like it, go ahead and share it with your friends. Feel free to subscribe for more content. And, you know, we'll be doing a giveaway soon in the future for subscribers. Working out the details on that, but had something in mind before the holidays roll around again at the end of the month. Thanks for watching, as always, guys. Appreciate it. Take care.